We are counting down the 10 most unbelievable facts about Australia, where the reality of this continent is stranger than fiction. From landscapes older than most mountain chains, to rivers that vanish for years, to hidden underground oceans and rainforests older than the Amazon, these extremes will challenge everything you thought you knew. Ready to question the familiar and uncover the surreal? Let us begin with number 10. In the 10th place, Australia claims the title of the driest inhabited continent on Earth. More than 1/3 of its land is classified as desert or semi-arid, with the Great Victoria Desert alone stretching over 348,000 square kilometers, making it larger than the entire country of Japan. In the continent's interior, annual rainfall can be as low as 150 to 250 millimeters, a fraction of what most cities around the world experience. Yet, even in these harsh conditions, resilient ecosystems persist, from saltbush plains to marsupials that survive on dew. The Bureau of Meteorology confirms that nowhere else with a permanent population is so relentlessly dry. Number 9. Most of Australia's rivers are ephemeral. They only flow after heavy rain. In the Channel Country, vast riverbeds like Cooper Creek remain dry for up to 90% of the time, their sandy channels cracked and empty for months or even years. But when rare monsoon rains strike, these rivers can transform the landscape. During the 2010 to 2011 floods, Cooper Creek spread out to create a temporary inland sea covering 100,000 square kilometers. More than 60% of Australia's river network behaves this way, making surface water unreliable and setting the stage for the continent's dependence on hidden groundwater reservoirs. In 8th place, Australia's landscape tells a story measured in billions of years. Ancient cratons like the Pilbara and Yilgarn contain rocks more than 3 billion years old, among the oldest exposed anywhere on the planet. Unlike continents shaped by ongoing mountain building, Australia's landforms owe their shape to relentless erosion. Uluru stands as a striking example. This sandstone formation began as sediment around 550 million years ago and has been sculpted by wind and water ever since. Today, over 90% of Australia's landforms are the product of slow, steady erosion, not tectonic upheaval. Geoscience Australia confirms. Here, deep time is etched into every horizon. Number 7. The Great Dividing Range forms a backbone nearly 4,000 kilometers long along Australia's east coast. It is one of the world's longest mountain chains. Unlike dramatic peaks elsewhere, this range acts as a colossal watershed, capturing coastal rain and channeling it into rivers that sustain more than 80% of the country's population. Water collected here feeds the Murray-Darling and other major basins, supporting both sprawling cities and vast agricultural regions. In dry years, the difference between rainfall on the seaward side and the parched inland can be stark. Sometimes less than half the annual total reaches beyond the divide. State water authorities estimate that over 60% of southeastern Australia's irrigation depends on runoff from this ancient range. Without it, the continent's most densely settled regions would face a far harsher reality. Number 6. The Great Artesian Basin lies hidden beneath nearly a quarter of Australia, stretching across 4 states and territories. This subterranean reservoir covers 1.7 million square kilometers, an area larger than Alaska, and stores 65,000 cubic kilometers of ancient freshwater under pressure. For remote towns and cattle stations scattered across the outback, the basin is nothing short of a lifeline. More than 1,700 active bores tap into this underground ocean, supplying water where surface rivers fail. CSIRO hydrogeologists warn that over-extraction threatens delicate mound springs and the future of inland communities. As one expert puts it, the Great Artesian Basin supports thousands of lives. Without it, much of Australia's interior would simply not be habitable. Fact. 5. Mount Augustus is often billed as the world's largest monolith, but the science tells a different story. Rising more than 1 kilometer above the Western Australian outback and covering nearly 70 square kilometers, Mount Augustus dwarfs many famous rock formations in sheer footprint. Yet, unlike a true monolith, which is a single solid block of rock, Augustus is an inselberg. It is built from multiple layers of sandstone and other rock types, folded and uplifted over hundreds of millions of years. Tourism campaigns have leaned into the monolith myth for decades, but geologists point to its complex stratified structure as proof it does not fit the definition. The Geological Survey of Western Australia confirms that Mount Augustus is vast, ancient, and spectacular, but it is not a single stone giant. The real marvel lies in its layered history, not its marketing slogan. Number 4. The wet tropics rainforest in northeast Queensland is a living museum of ancient life. Covering less than 1/10 of 1% of Australia, just 8,940 square kilometers, this lush enclave preserves plant lineages that trace back over 100 million years to the supercontinent Gondwana. Ecologists at James Cook University describe it as older than the Amazon, with more than 600 plant species found nowhere else on Earth. Despite its tiny footprint, the wet tropics harbor an astonishing density of biodiversity, including the rare idiot fruit tree which has survived since the age of the dinosaurs. UNESCO recognizes the region for its unmatched evolutionary legacy, calling it a refuge for some of the planet's most ancient flora. In a continent dominated by arid lands, these rainforests stand as a vivid reminder of Australia's deep time heritage, where the past lives on in every leaf and branch. Now, at number 3, the Western Plateau dominates the Australian continent, stretching across more than 3.5 million square kilometers, an area larger than India. This ancient expanse makes up nearly half of Australia's landmass, yet its surface is a study in emptiness. Vast, flat, and sparsely populated, with some regions hosting fewer than 1 person per square kilometer. The real story lies beneath the surface. The plateau's bedrock, forged over billions of years, is rich in minerals, fueling a mining industry that exports over 200 billion Australian dollars worth of iron ore each year. These mines supply more than half of Australia's total export value, driving the nation's economy from the remote Pilbara and Yilgarn cratons. While the land above appears lifeless, the Western Plateau's mineral wealth shapes the country's fortunes, linking deep geological time to the global marketplace. It is a continental engine room, hidden in plain sight, that transforms barren rock into economic power. In second place, Australia's highest summit is not on the mainland at all. Mount Kosciuszko, nestled in the snowy mountains, stands at 2,228 meters and is often celebrated as the country's tallest peak. But the real record holder rises far from the continent, on the wind-lashed shores of Heard Island in the subantarctic Indian Ocean. Mawson Peak towers at 2,745 meters, more than 500 meters higher than Kosciuszko, and it is no ordinary mountain. This remote giant is an active volcano, cloaked in glaciers and battered by storms, sitting over 4,000 kilometers southwest of Perth. Its last confirmed eruption was in 2008, with satellite images capturing glowing lava against the icy darkness. The Australian Antarctic Division's volcanologists describe Mawson Peak as remote, hostile, highest but unclimbable. For most Australians, this summit remains out of sight and out of reach. Yet it redefines the nation's highest point, expanding the concept of Australia beyond its familiar mainland and into the wilds of the Southern Ocean. And finally, in first place, the Nullarbor Plain stands as Australia's most surreal natural wonder, a vast, treeless limestone desert stretching over 200,000 square kilometers. Its name means no tree, and for good reason. Across this immense expanse, not a single tree interrupts the horizon. The Nullarbor is so flat that over a distance of 1,000 kilometers, the elevation rarely varies by more than 100 meters. This unbroken flatness allowed engineers to carve the world's longest straight stretch of sealed road, the ER Highway, running an astonishing 146.6 kilometers without a single bend. Beneath the surface, the plain hides a labyrinth of more than 10,000 mapped caves and sinkholes where rainwater vanishes underground instead of forming rivers. These subterranean networks connect to ancient aquifers, shaping a landscape where water flows invisibly through stone. For travelers, the Nullarbor is a test of endurance. Endless sky above, endless plain ahead, and a highway so straight it seems to defy the curvature of the earth. Nowhere else does Australia's scale, flatness, and geological strangeness converge so completely. The Nullarbor is not just a place, it is the ultimate metaphor for a continent that rewrites the rules of geography. Across all 10 entries, one pattern emerges. Australia's extremes are not exceptions, they are the rule. Its land breaks the boundaries of what we expect from a continent. In every direction, Australia rewrites geography's playbook, and it reminds us that the planet's strangest stories are often hiding in plain sight.